What's up, YouTube? Yeah. This is Sid Pierce. This is Cam. This is Steve. We're the Super NintenBros. And we're going to answer some questions for you guys today. These are questions that you asked so that you can get to know us better. And if you have any more questions afterwards, you can leave them down below in the comments and we'd be happy to answer those too. So let's hop into it. What are some of our influences? Well, I know for me, when I was younger, I lived with my dad. And my dad is this black dude and all he listened to was hip hop and R&B. That was it. And I was all about it. In fact, I tried to listen to Metallica once when I was hanging out with my friends in high school. And I was like, this is trash. Like, why do people like this? And then I got a guitar and I was like, oh, like I need something to play. And then I started getting into System of a Down because they're super high energy, pretty easy to play. And then I tried to listen to Metallica one more time and my mind was fucking blown. I remember running down the hallway to my friends who had heard Metallica a million times because they came out in the 80s and this is like the early 2000s. And I was like, bro, these guys play faster than I can hum. And my friends were like, yeah, they're Metallica, what's wrong with you? But from then on, it was just metal, and that was my shit.
Yeah, I was like, when I first started getting into like rock, it was System of a Down and like Disturbed, Slipknot, just kind of like all mixed in there.
Yeah.
Then just got super into Human Abstract.
Ooh.
Protest the Hero, and just like went insane. Just started like just way more getting into guitar and just being obsessed with them. And then like just more current stuff. Like I got really into Search for Survive, Hail the Sun, a lot like Birds, and also some other people like Frank Ocean. I think is a huge inspiration. SZA.
I would say Human Abstract is like a huge deal because
August Burns Red too.
Oh.
Breakdowns, shredding,
the arpeggios. Like, what genre are we? This has always been very difficult for us to answer, and we try to say, oh, we're like rock, we're like R&B, but there's too many genres combined.
We just started kind of making our own terms. So like shredcore, radcore.
Stuff like that.
We say that we're like a more metal Bruno Mars a lot.
Kind of
encompasses it. And the problem is that we'll have like a rap verse go into, you know, a breakdown, then a solo, then the rest of the song is R&B.
Yeah, exactly. I've also been describing it recently as metal that you can to, which I feel like is pretty accurate. We're not the only people that have had this issue. Mostly everybody that listens to us, they like the way that we sound, but they have a hard time describing us. And you can see that for yourself in this YouTube video that we recently did. The link is down below. It's What Genre Are We? Where we went around and asked a bunch of people what genre we are. And after the video, you'll see we're no closer to finding out what genre we are.
Yeah. One day. We'll figure it out.
One day. Okay, this question is for Steve. What made you interested in guitar?
Oh, the Human Abstract. Literally, via Together We Await the Storm.
Oh.
Just like I wanted to be able to play that. I wanted to learn how to sing in general. So I was like, you know what? If I can get a guitar, I can like learn how to play like just some chords or something, right? And I can sing over them. Then I started realizing like, oh, you know what? I'm like getting good at this, and I was like addicted to it. Like I wanted to play every single day. Fast forward a few years later, I'm like, oh, you know what? Like I am good at this. So then I just like kept playing, and then even now I'm just still like addicted to it. I always want to know like what guitars are coming out. You know, I look up a bunch of like YouTubers, and I'm always interested in like super shreddy dudes. So I'm just like in love with the instrument. All right, so this one's for Sid because I don't even know the answer. How many bands have you been in?
There've been a couple.
2 bands. You've been in 2 bands.
No, it's a little bit more than 2. The first band that I was in, MMFM, I was in for I want to say like 6 years. It was a long time, 6-7 years. We did a long run. We did like a small tour in Oregon, but then we kind of fizzled out and didn't go too far past that. And then after that, we kind of reformed into a band called DUB, which stood for Drink Up Baby. And it's not like baby, like girl baby. It's like an actual baby, like a small, like not quite a child yet baby. So I was in that, and then let's see, there was a couple small side bands. I was in a band called Fits in Vegas for a day, and I was in a cover band with our original bass player, John Vermillion, and that band was called Metal Dick Hammer.
Oh yeah.
So I was in that. And then I was in original NintenBros with you.
Oh, sick! Yeah, we were tight.
We were tight.
You should listen to that band.
No, you should.
That band was tight.
It was, but don't. Yeah. So
we were in Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario Bros.
Oh, that was tight.
That was a good time. So that's probably like I think 5 bands, 6 bands. I wasn't really keeping track, but. So this question is actually for Cam. What's with the mask? What's the significance of video games in your band?
Yeah. So we are Super NintenBros.
That's true.
We started off as NintenBros, which not a lot of people know.
Yeah. And also, not a lot of people know, we had a very hard time finding out what to name ourselves after NintenBros.
Oh, so we were an acoustic group called NintenBros.
Yeah.
And somebody was just like, why don't you just call it Super NintenBros? And we lost our minds.
Yeah. But before we were like Game Bros Advance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Friend Cube.
Yeah.
Friend Cube.
Stuff like that. It was, Nintendo 64.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah. To me, I mean, video games, obviously super huge part of my upbringing. I enjoyed playing them a lot as a kid. I really enjoyed games with great scores behind what you're doing on screen. When I was a kid, I used to play a lot of Mega Man. I loved Mega Man, especially Mega Man 3. And I liked it so much that sometimes what I would do is I would turn on the game and I wouldn't even play it. If I had to clean my room, I would turn on the game and have it there just so I can listen to the music that was going on in the background. So we don't have a lot of songs that are explicitly like video game tunes.
We have, we have a song that is influenced by Final Fantasy X,
right?
One of my favorite games, and I would do the same thing where I would just listen to the soundtrack, basically. It's just like orchestral. So it has influenced, I think, our lives, and because of that, it goes into the music, and every now and then you'll hear like bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, and if you're a true nerd and you like Super NintenBros and you listen closely, like you'll hear things, like little things. And I think that With Every Thought is a good example of this because the intro to that song is actually the Pokemon Battle theme song.
Yeah.
It's the intro to that. So if you keep
Princess Zelda.
Yeah. So if you keep listening and you know what to listen for, you'll hear the influence in the music.
But what's next? Like what's 2020 for us right now?
2020 for us is music.
6 songs.
First of all.
6 stuff coming out.
6 songs. We're gonna try to put out one a month, and everyone should leave you wanting. Exactly.
Yeah, the 6 stuff coming out.
The next part of that is content. We're gonna put
more
out
videos.
More videos.
Yep.
More pictures.
Yep.
More friendship.
More twits.
More high fives.
More less high fives. I don't want you to touch
less
me.
high fives.
I don't want you to touch me.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Oh wait, no, I do want you to touch me.
All right.
Yeah. More high fives. Just more everything. I think in 2020. Where like on our Instagram, our YouTube,
Twitter.
I'm
gonna have a bunch of set dates for releases for our singles, obviously. But if you're following us on those, we're gonna give out free downloads a couple of days earlier. So you have access to the content even sooner if you're following us on the platform.
Yeah. And just in general, just let us know your thoughts.
Yeah. We love the feedback.
What are your favorite songs?
We would like to know that.
Yeah, I want to know your favorite songs. Right now, it's Breathe. It's always been Breathe. It's always Breathe.
Yeah, that's good.
So if somebody tells you it's not Breathe, it is Breathe.
It could be something else.
Nope, Breathe.
Yeah!